Hi, everyone. I am Catherine, and I'm going to be your host for today. I am joined by the amazing range of speakers today. We have Alexandra Soroko from Visa, and we have Michael Batuev from WeFi. This is going to be an amazing conversation about mostly stable coins, but a little bit of a other flair, I think, and I hope. So I hope you will enjoy what we have to say and you will find this very useful. Alexandra, Michael, hi. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, Catherine. Thanks for having us.
So, do you want to tell a little bit about yourself, maybe a one-liner about your previous background and, why listeners and or viewers should listen and or view you?
Okay, so I'm Alexandra Soroko, about 15 years or so in payments, now working for Visa and in a team which is called Growth Products. That means we're taking care of something like very innovative at Visa and forward-looking technologies like stablecoins.
Thank you. That was a very efficient one-liner. You must have done a lot of panels. Michael, your turn.
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Michael. Previously, I was part of the Visa team and was responsible for a digital innovation in a region. We done a lot of very important things for Apple Pay and Google Pay in multiple markets. Right now, I'm responsible for global payments for WeFi platform and doing interesting part with the blockchain.
All right, I'm gonna follow up a little bit later on what you've said for Apple Pay and innovation part, but I'd like to go back to Alexandra. You've been at Visa for over 10 years, is that correct?
Correct.
All right, so what do you think is the most surprising thing about working for a company like Visa for so long? Because it feels very corporate. It feels like it has a lot of rules, but maybe there is something that people don't expect or understand about working for so long for a company like that.
Yeah, that's a very good point. I wouldn't expect I would do so neither, because
Oh,
before I was
wow.
changing every 2 or 3 years. But I think this is what fascinating being at Visa. The company changes very fast and actually stays a leader. And longer I work, faster I see the company actually adapting and taking the bold moves. And this is what I think kept me staying here, because every year is a different. Not only the payment ecosystem evolves, there's such a new variety of payment methods which appear. But what I like at Visa, we take risk and we actually invest in new things and we try new things. And I think this is the most fascinating part of being in a big corporate that remains a very fintech.
This is very surprising, actually. I would never thought that it moves a lot faster than I thought. But yeah, very good to know. Thank you. Michael, you have worked for Visa, right? And you then left what we call a corporate world to come to a more volatile environment, let me put it that way. So, and you're now working with WeFi. What is the difference between a big company, a big tech company, big finance company, and a crypto company? Is it very different? And do you really like it? I think that's my main question.
Yeah, I really like it. And what I can share with you is that there's a kind of a shift of mindset. So in traditional finance, you work with a very big ecosystem, permissions, and there are a lot of intermediaries you need to take care of. In crypto, the infrastructure is very open and settlements is final. So crypto moves closer to the user, and it is less about managing processes and more about designing the systems for the user.
All right. I have a follow-up. So, as the main topic of this conversation is stablecoins, which is obviously, it's not very new for the crypto market, but it is a very new thing for finance and tech companies. So, something that could be called innovation of some sort. And it does require several solutions and obviously approval from different sides of the company. So, Alexandra, I was really wondering, can you tell us how Visa decided to look into stablecoins and what it took to actually starting to provide them?
I would return to my previous point is I think that Visa was actually very carefully observing all the big shifts and big innovation happens in a payment broader. We used to have talking about fintechs, BNPL, QR code acceptance. There are many things which happened across the last 10 years. And so I think what we definitely do is that we do invest and we take care about every new big trend. So when we think about crypto at Visa, the first crypto link card was launched 10 years ago. And our crypto team was formed in 2018.
Wow.
Well, it was not a very kind of hype market. It was actually like a low market for crypto pricing, because we saw more an infrastructure play around that than just another payment method. And I think this is fundamental. So we today see stablecoins as at the same time an infrastructure layer that improves and it can enhance the backend of how money moves globally, at the same time being another payment method. So that's why it combines two of those things. So I think this is one part which is very important. And the second, of course, to the Michael point, of course, we are a huge organization. We do run according to a lot of rules, but also we are in a regulated space for years in multiple geographies. So when we do enable innovation, of course, we need to take care of multiple technology, security, and regulatory elements on every product we enable. But when we do so, we're an amazing and a huge distribution network. It actually becomes accessible to many.
Well, that sounds fair. A lot more opportunities that Visa as a company could provide to different regions and users with different backgrounds compared to what might a crypto company sometimes offer, not having the right jurisdiction or anything like that. I would agree with you on that point. And thank you so much for sharing. Michael, what do you think crypto companies, given your experience, right, with stablecoins particularly, what do you think crypto companies can take from big established companies and implement in order to run more efficiently or do business more, fast and efficient for the lack of the better word? What do you think crypto companies could implement from companies like Visa, especially on the example of stablecoins?
Yeah, that's the good example and good area to improve current financial products for the users. So as Alexandra mentioned already, large companies, they're doing really great at scaling proof models. But with the crypto companies, what we could find is that the small fintechs could test and ship fast something unique or new based on the unproven technology. So to identify where we could grow, we need to combine two of them. So how I see it is that for most of the cases, small companies, small fintech, looking forward to reach existing infrastructure built by the great and big companies in the world. For example, if you want to pay with your crypto, the easiest way is to connect your crypto to something which exists, card account, and make this enabled for multiple merchants, multiple acceptance networks in the world. So this is the easiest part, how to connect the new financial product with something which exists. And the rails for this, it's a stables, because it's not unique to say that this is very easy, understandable for the user. So everybody's understand how fiat works. And if it is very close to fiat, then you don't need to explain to the user why they having this currency working like that in this process. So this is a very good example how financial institutions, which is covering globally multiple countries, multiple levels, and small fintechs with the stable coins reaching the point where the user finds something new and value of the product is in the combination of two of that.
But do you think it is possible, given that Alexandra mentioned that Visa means infrastructure and there is no one compared to that? Do you think in terms of the scale and the services potential that it could provide to customers, do you think that companies like WeFi could potentially become infrastructure like that kind of a scale? Is that even possible? Or it does require partnerships with companies like Visa, for instance? It's just a speculation.
Yeah, I understand. So you don't need multiple infrastructures for one purpose. So if you already have infrastructure which was built, and by the way, Visa is not only about infrastructure, it's also about the brand, and it's also about the rules, the transparent security that you understand how it works and everybody understand how it should work. then it comes to the point where blockchain is also infrastructure, but it's and it's pretty new. And to make sure you use both at the same time, you need to take risk at some point. You need to explore new way of doing connection in the product, etc. So here I see more partnerships. So for me, it's kind of a both wins if they will find a solution to bridge two different infrastructures. And Visa plays here pretty straightforward. So the stable coins is in the agenda of the company. WeFi plays here from the perspective of platform and adding multiple partners with the multiple solutions to one, let's say, reach and make users happy with this. So that's the point here. No one will win if we will be building infrastructure separately, but we all win if we will connect them.
So if I may, to Catherine, I wanted to build upon Michael's point.
Yes,
I think to provide the clarity to the audience, just building from another side on the same point that Michael was doing, is actually the way we see the new technology, new instrument like stablecoin coming, is exactly how can we integrate in an existing networks and in existing products that we have to enhance them and create new experiences. To the point, going back to the card, so very, very simple. There are a lot of blockchain crypto wallets and crypto tokens, Bitcoin, Ethereum, stable coins in the wallet. How to make this simply spend. So this is what we connected the wallet to a card, meaning you have a new funding source. However, you have more than 150 million merchant locations across the globe where consumers and businesses can spend. That means we make two worlds coexistent. We take the best from what is already there, and we know the distribution and acceptance, it is distribution. It's one of the strongest in any product we launch. So basically, we're taking the best of the two worlds. So that means the new stack offered by the blockchain and efficiency that offered by the stablecoin and the strength of existing network, that meaning acceptance network. So because the goal at the end of the day of any new payment methods coming, it's to make it easy, seamless, convenient, and secure to anyone to use it. And so we stay to the foundational principles is how to easy pay by anyone and anywhere.
All right, that sounds very exciting. I would love to try any product that Visa could offer. I do.
Always can. That's like very easy.
You're doing an amazing job convincing us. All right, so I'm gonna try and ask a little bit more of a pointed questions. So the stable market is currently worth around $307 billion. Approximately. It changes every single minute. With many big tech and finance companies involving themselves in this direction in one way or another. I would love to, name Circle and PayPal, but I'm not sure if you consider them your competitors. So, but then again, big tech and finance company involving themselves with this market in one way or another. So my question is, first of all, what does that mean? What does this popularity mean for traditional payment rails? And do you see stable coins eventually replacing traditional fiat settlements? Or is this something that we could potentially hope for, discuss? I guess, Michael, would you like to kind of start? Alexander, I'll or you, if possible.
No, Michael, you call Michael first, so he goes first.
Yeah, sure. So, this number represents the popularity, right? So we all understand, for last few years it becomes more and more popular. It's still difficult to use, I suppose. So it's much more easier for most of the mass users to go and let's say to go to the bank, get the card, and it was designed to be easy used everywhere. So you get in the card, make payments, everything works. You don't care how difficult it is to make it happen. Sometimes even in these fast payments with Uber, with e-com, there are a lot of solutions there, but we don't care. We just use it. And how I see it, the stable coins become more and more popular, right? and they need to be used everywhere the people want to use their money. So let's assume people get some sort of the payments from abroad, some sort of the payments internally, like the moving money between each other using stable coins. So that's not enough. It should be always the way how you could spend this money. And the best way is to use cards, to use accounts, to use money transfers. And
The
for doing
easiest way,
this,
I think, the easiest, the most
the
seamless
best,
way. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
efficient, easiest,
Mm,
transparent, secure. There are a lot of values which already built and designed by the huge partners. You could connect just easily to make it happen, and this is logical. So if it becomes more popular, then we should see the more products with the stable coins available in the market, the more solutions, the more different stable coins with the different targets should also appear. For example, they could be very interesting model where you could even earn using some sort of the stable coins, because it's operationally more efficient and it gives some part of the value to the end user, which is great comparing to the regular fiat. For example, you could have better not discounts, but better cashbacks, better bonus programs, better interest rate on your money you're holding. And this is all advantages which should come on the existing rails. That's my view. So it's popular. It's required to be connected to existing infrastructure, and that's why we see the growth.
And I'd love to point out that you're offering to attract more attention to a, let's say, alternative financial asset with traditional financial products like cashback. And it does sound really, really appealing, but it's an interesting world that now we're doing in. Alexandra, does that sound like something you would agree with in terms of popularity and the potential of stablecoins replacing fiat payments or maybe competing with them on the same level?
Well, there are a couple of thoughts behind that. First, I think I agree with the popularity, but I would also say that today it's still super nascent. It's like far below 1% of what's happening in the money turning around the world. So I think we need to keep the reality of the scale and the reality of the potential. The second thing, what I learned across many years in payments is payments they are global, but they're also local. Not local from a geography perspective, but a use case perspective as well. That means more we exist, more there is a proliferation of various payment methods which will fit specific geography, a specific use case. So that's another important part. So when we think about stablecoins, the reason they might be used in emerging market in Latin America or in Africa for example, consumers will not be the same way why they would be used in Europe. So we will have a differentiation of use cases, who and why will use them. However, what I definitely agree with Michael, that the potential is huge because it's not just another money instrument, it's actually different rails. They bring the efficiency of the stability of existing strongest currencies, but also the efficiency of the blockchain, making it instant 24/7, and also like programmable, which we don't speak yet too much, but it's gonna come. And so that definitely will provide efficiency in how financial services, how money are moved, but how financial services are also operated and created, thanks to the programmability and the new products being created. So to your previous question, will they replace? I'm always believe in a coexistence, because there's a lot of things already built in financial ecosystem, and to the point we discussed just before, for example, acceptance of cards, we can combine the good things of the existent and new features and new potential for new. So it's always like innovation is a layer and a good combination of things which existed and something new has been created. So at least this is the way how we think about. And we spoke about the consumer experiences, like spending crypto in any card Visa is accepted. But I think to your previous point, there's also how the settlement happens even between us and the clients, and issuing bank and acquiring banks. They can settle in fiat, they can settle with us in stable coins, depending on what their use case. Are they spending internationally, domestically? So I think we'll live for a while in this kind of coexistence and convergence rather than like one replace everything.